Yep.
Call the meeting to order. Pledge, please. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This will be my last official meeting as president. I decided not to do it anymore. So I will open the floor for nominations for president and pro tem.
Make a nomination for Alan Bullock for president.
Second.
Second.
I'll nominate Fred Bill for pro tem.
Second.
Did anyone else have any nominations? President pro tem.
They made Fred president pro tem, and
I
not nominated, he seconded it.
Okay. Okay. Alan's our new president and Fred's
You need
pro
that.
tem.
Yeah. You need to make that a motion.
Motion.
What?
Need to make a motion for that?
I guess I have to. I move that nominees be selected as nominated for the office. And all those in favor?
Aye.
Closed?
Everybody had a chance to review the minutes for December 4th regular meeting, December 14th, and December 21st work sessions.
So moved to approve.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded that we approve the minutes for December 4th regular meeting, December 14th and 21st work sessions. All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Don't have any here. Looks like we have two resolutions on board. Resolution number 1, 2024 year-end transfers within the same funds. And resolution number 2, 2024 year-end encumbrances for 2023, along with nepotism certification forms. Do I hear motions to?
Move to adopt Resolution 1, 2024 and Resolution 2, 2024.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded that we approve both resolution number 1, 2024 and resolution number 2, 2024. All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Do you have anything for us, sir?
I don't yet. So I guess what I'll do is work with you and figure out priorities. I'm going to try to reach out to Mr. Forrest and get the files and projects that he's been working on. But as a group, we can talk tonight or we can exchange emails. But just, you know, I know you got some things in the pipeline that have sort of stalled. So if you can help me prioritize those and I can spend some time on them and try to give you some ETA to get some of these things final. I know there was a lease that was mentioned in the interview process, but yeah, if you can just kind of work as a group and let me know what I need to hit first, we'll try to give some things some attention and get some things moving. All right, I'm gonna introduce myself.
So if you'd like to go ahead.
I'm John Madison. I think we have some department heads here. Council brought me on to serve as their attorney. So I'll be glad to work with any of you. They have all my contact information. I have a few cards on me tonight. I live just over into Henry County, a few miles, so not too far away. With the firm DeFerveran, we have an office in Muncie, office in Newcastle, and looking forward to working with council. And have a Moreland address. I've been to Hagerstown many times, and I'd like to try to get you guys to change your meeting night so I can go to Willie and Red's before the meeting. I don't know if that's an option or not, but so we'll look forward to working with you and we'll try to get some things knocked out.
EDC and meeting.
Yes, we did. EDC, we did meet, kind of just did some final discussion and maybe a little bit about what we want to do next year, but also Terry come forward to the, oh, excuse me, EDC. I'm off. No, I did not have a report for EDC. He did not get with me, I'm sorry.
Chamber of Commerce,
I have now got a calendar of all their meetings, and we'll start trying to attend those for 2024.
Parks and Recreation,
No meeting, next meeting is scheduled for March.
Keith.
Couple things, we had a busy December. For whatever reason, Christmas is, that weekend is always busy. We had a couple of juveniles that were missing here in town that we spent that weekend working pretty much all night that Saturday night, but we was able to locate them the following day and get them both home for the holidays. Have an officer that begins academy on Monday, so we'll be short an officer for about the next 10 to 12 weeks. See, I will have my year-end report for you guys at the February meeting once I get all my stuff together from that. And I think I had let you guys know in an email that we did get approved for another grant that will be for this year that specifically is going to allow us to upgrade all of our electronics in the car, as far as we're going to switch over to the tablets to work with our reporting system, CAD system, etc. That grant was for $30,000, so that should allow us to equip the 5 main vehicles with the new equipment for that. We're expecting our radios in any week, and I believe I let Julie know we had paid for that last month. We are expecting our reimbursement back from that any day. It was submitted. They approved it, and they just said there was a little bit of delay because of the holidays, but I'm hoping that that $50,000 will come back this week. And then once that's been reimbursed and closed out, then I'll start on the next grant project. I wanted to get one closed before we went to the other. But that all said and done, that gives us about $100,000 in grants that we were able to obtain last year and the beginning of this year. And we still have several other grant cycles for 24 that we haven't even started yet. So hopefully we'll get a few more in on that. We had several fundraisers last year towards the purchase of the new dog later this year. We've raised almost $20,000 for that, so we're just about where we need to be to once again get a dog at no taxpayer expense. We're finding out with everything, costs is just going up and up and up. We're hoping we're going to get a vehicle this year if we can find one, but I do know the cost, they've raised it about $6,000 from last year to this year. The hard part now is just finding a vehicle. We're kind of like all the other departments, everybody's scrambling to find them. The strike and stuff didn't help that cause. The amount of vehicles at dealership we've been dealing with, they were cut in half, the number that they're getting compared to usual. So we'll have to see, how that rolls down for us. But I'll keep you guys updated as I know more with that. Other than that, that's all that I have.
I can't recall, in your year-end report, did you include who receives Officer and Reserve Officer of the Year?
Yes, we just do a Reserve Officer of the Year, but yeah, that'll be included. This year it was Brian Clark, who's also, he's over the EMTs, basically EMS service in Henry County, Newcastle. He's over that, but he he was this year's reserve officer. But yeah, I'll include that in that year-end report for you, just as a reminder.
That latest grant, Keith,
Yes.
I didn't read the email, I'm sorry. Was there a match? Did we have to match it?
It's not a match, it's a reimbursement where.
For the 30,000?
Yeah, we pay for it, and then once we show we pay for it, they reimburse 100%, so.
Who's that grant through?
It's through the CJ, Criminal Justice Institute, through India. It's the Indiana version, but it's federal grant, but it's monitored through, Indiana.
Just strictly reimbursement.
Correct, yeah, it's 100% reimbursement. We don't have to pay anything, we just have to pay for it up front. And then what we did was we submitted proof that we paid for it and that we've been invoiced and have a delivery date. And then generally they said it takes about 3 to 5 days for us to get the money back. So yeah, so it'll be the same with the new one as it was with the radio one last year.
Any other questions? Rick?
It's like Keith's fire department was busy this month or last month. We were busy all year, but December was a really busy month for us. I apologize, I did not get my report out to you for the month. I'm like Keith, I'm working on the year-end report, so I hope to have that done here in the next few days, and I'll get it out to you. So we did finish December with 28 calls. So it kept us pretty busy. Grants, we will be applying for an AFG grant, which is the Department of Homeland Security. We'll be looking at replacing our radios. They have a stipulation on there on the age of the radios that they require them to be so old. And we took an inventory of all of our handheld radios, and majority of our radios are either between 11 to 15 years old, which meets their guidelines. So I'm working with the grant consultant, LexPro. They have helped us with grants before, and so hopefully they're going to, I'm going to set up a call with them and a grant writer in their company, and we're going to work on getting that filled out. I got another, and they also they'll email grants that come up that might be benefit the fire department. So I know that she did send me some information on a USDA grant about what they do is it's either a grant or a loan program. They have both on renovation or construction new fire departments. So I'm going to get with them. I contacted Greg from Okra, or from people we've working with, and asked him about ours, and apparently that's been put on hold for another year, that planning grant. So that's what he told me in the email that he sent me. So but we'll keep looking. I'll keep looking for grants on different stuff all year. It'll help us. A lot of departments are looking for grants, or a lot of them they're very competitive out there. We do bill for certain things through the fire department, which is allowed by state statute. The state this year did increase the amount that we can bill for. So hopefully that will help us. But it's hit and miss on those. So this year we weren't able to bill for any of the incidents we were on. So, and again, we bill for the people that just live outside Hagerstown, Jefferson Township. And we can only bill for certain things according to the state. And so we have to really watch what we do. So, but they did increase the cost per run that we can bill for per man hour on the job once we're on the scene and everything. So, let's see. And last but not least here, we got a member that's been on the department for over 30 years, and he decided that greener pastures are in Florida. So tonight we're going to give Donnie Benedict, we have a plaque for Donnie. So it's presented to Donnie Benedict for over 30 years of service to the Hagerstown, Jefferson Township Fire Department.
Any questions for Rick?
Rick, have you had any more conversations with Chris, trustee, concerning, we just,
On the contract,
yeah, because we just forwarded that 1 year and want to make sure we get ahead of that early in this year, how we're going to end that or extend that or whatever we're going to do with that contract.
yeah, with the holidays and stuff up, I've not been having a chance, but I will contact him this week and see if I can sit down with him and see when they meet, the Township Advisory Board meets, so we can all sit down and.
My understanding is they was trying to come up with a value, and I was just wondering how they was coming along with that. Okay.
Mike, airport board.
Smallest thing is we bought new tires for the tractor. We bought turf tires so they don't tear up the runway so much. The other thing is the lease with the 4-H. Adam sent me a copy of a revision to the draft early in last month. I wrote revisions on it that I thought may be taken care of, and I copied all you folks on it. I don't know if any of you had a chance to read it, but it's not anywhere near where it needs to be. There's sections that contradict each other completely. So hopefully we can work that out.
Yeah, I'm sure we can.
Okay. Because I think it kind of just needs to be started over.
If you can send it to me, maybe with some notes, I'll give you my card.
Will do.
That'll help get my arms around it and we'll start working on it.
I'll send you a summary of what's going on so far, and
Okay.
I'll give you an idea what's all behind everything.
Sounds good.
That's all I have.
Question, I know you guys were looking at the announcer's booth in the ring. Is that something that is going to be repaired, or are you guys demolishing it? Do we have any clue on that yet?
We don't know yet because it depends on how the lease is written. All that's supposed to be the property of the 4-H, just the ground is owned by the airport. That's how the original lease was intended. So it would be the 4-H's property.
To tear down or repair it?
Yeah.
Jeff, do you know what you guys are wanting to do with that by chance?
The announcer stand itself, we have no plans on using it. At the state that it's in, we're not too excited about repairing it. Don't we have to repair something we're not going to use in the future? So we would like to remove it. In speaking with Adam, he wanted us to wait till the lease was done so everybody's covered. And then talking to Mike briefly tonight, I think we're farther away from getting the lease agreed upon. And not with Mike and I,
Right.
it's struggling. So I'm excited to see a new attorney and or a attorney maybe is better said. But anyhow, get moving forward, and because my thought is we all know when the eclipse is coming, and I don't want somebody to say, yeah, we're ready to go a week or two beforehand, and now my hands are tied.
So I guess we're just kind of holding in a holding pattern until the lease is done before we do anything with the actual
Unless somebody
structure.
can tell us different than what Adam stated.
Okay.
Until I think we exactly spell out who owns what and who has right to do what in a written document, I think that's what we should wait for. Thoughts? You're the attorney.
Well, I mean, I agree based on what little I know at this point, I agree. I mean, it needs to be documented, and it doesn't sound like there's anything adversarial about it. It's just we need some clarity of who owns what, who's got the right to do what, when, all of that. And it sounds like this is maybe a priority that we need, tomorrow, get started on it, so.
It shouldn't take that long to clean it up if you talk to those two guys right there. 'Cause they've been
Right,
working on this for
yeah.
6 months or better. They know what they want, and they know what needs to be in the lease to satisfy Purdue, local 4-H, and to satisfy the airport board.
Right. Yeah.
That's just my opinion. I think that those two could probably sit down with you or give you enough email or back and
Right.
forth. It shouldn't be that difficult.
And with the resources I've got sort of a good connection with, it won't take us long to do it. the weekends now when the weather's not super great is when I'd like to work on it. And again, not at the 11th hour after waiting how many months for a lease that's we're nowhere close to being right. So.
Well, I would think we can move quickly on it. I mean, at least, hate to box myself in a corner, but certainly I would think by the next meeting, we ought to have something. I mean, I know that may sound shocking.
It's been going on for a year.
I just can't see, you know, obviously, it sounds like there's personal property that's gonna be owned by one entity, the land lease, you know.
The way I think about it, it's similar to the way a trailer park is.
Right.
The owner of the lot owns the lot, and you just rent the lot to them.
Right. And the trailer's personal property, and it's got a title like a car, and, yeah, so I would think we can figure it out, but that would be the goal, is to get you something, hopefully we get acted on at the next meeting.
You can get your email and get everything
Yeah.
ready tomorrow.
Because if we wanna, you know, the eclipse is coming in April, so we need to get it nailed down, and that way you have some time to do some work out there, so.
Push the eclipse back.
Perfect. Thank you. Advisory plan.
Now I am ready, yeah. Ahead of myself, want to get done. No, we did meet, and I think the main thing that come from it is Terry Ford, our new building commissioner, did come, and he was going through just some of the old processes that we go through for building permits. He feels that some of that can be streamlined somewhat. And so we just have asked him to maybe look at that and bring to us how he thinks would be the best way to streamline that so we can take that forward and continue to work on that so that the process is a little easier for Terry to do that. And I think that was basically, we talked about some small things, but that was the basis of the meeting is to help Terry kind of streamline some of the applications and inspection process that he goes through.
All right, down at the wastewater treatment plant, we hired Jim Soper to oversee it this coming year for 2024, and he will be there until Crystal is fully licensed, which she's already sat for and passed her first section, and she just needs to have another year of internship and then sit and pass her second part. We've had some issues recently with the North Clarifier down at the wastewater treatment plant. We currently have it drained, so we're only operating off of the South Clarifier. Cooley is working on that, and hopefully we can get that resolved quickly. Water department, I'm meeting with Aqualine Leak Detection. Tomorrow they're out of Findlay, Ohio. We've met with Emmy Simpson and used them twice in the past for leak detection, and I think it's good just to have a second opinion, another company to look at it. And so we'll see what they're able to find. Electric department, we have had some minor power outages in December. They've mostly been transformer related, just had to hang new cans. We had our annual PCB compliance check. That all looked good. Streets department, we have all the snow plows and salt spreaders installed on trucks and ready to go. We have plenty of salt. I will be putting the community crossing street grant, repaving grant out for bid this week. And then hopefully we can get the bids opened at our next town council meeting in February. And the two areas that we're going to be doing are Pollard Folk Parkway, the entire street there, and then a section of West North Market Street over by the cemetery that's in really bad shape. That's going to be getting repaired as well. I just about have the NDOT permit for that sign out on the east side of town. I did get permission from the church out there, so that will be a new digital information sign out near State Road 138. So hopefully we can still try to get that done before the eclipse. That's going to be really pushing it, but we'll see what we can do. The now entering Hagerstown filming went really well. That was a couple weeks ago here in the town hall, and we're looking forward to that being out. It's going to air on PBS in March. Also been working with Jack Teeter on scheduling a time around the eclipse when they can have a showing of the movie that he's been working on, Blind Logic, which is a biography of Ralph Teeter. And he wants to have at least 1 or 2 showings here, preferably in the high school auditorium, so I've been working with the school on that as well. Other than that, we do have a Citizen of the Month this month. I don't know if someone wants to nominate the person.
Be for Robert Bullock as the former building commissioner, having served over 30 years in that office for the month of January. That nomination.
I make a nomination to make Bob Bullock the Citizen of the Month for his service as building commissioner.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded that we make Robert Bullock the Citizen of the Month for January in honor of his over 30 years of service as building commissioner. All those in favor?
Aye.
And then I don't know if anyone had any questions over my report.
On Soper's employment, is it a contract employee?
It is a contract, yeah.
There's no benefits tied to that?
No,
Like insurance or-
He'll be here roughly an hour a day,
Oh.
an hour, 5 days a week.
Okay.
So it's not, yeah, it's just
Okay.
a temporary contract. He has a full-time job out at, it's out around New Palestine, the wastewater treatment plant over there. So he'll just be stopping by here on his way back home to Richmond.
Okay.
Yeah.
Clerk treasurer.
She is not.
Looks like we have cancellation of warrants, outstanding checks, as well as the your encumbrance, looks like we did.
Those require council action for cancellation of the warrants.
I think so.
Yes.
Yep.
Does Edward Jones, does that take
Yes, it
an
does.
action too?
I make a motion that we cancel the warrants of outstanding checks as presented by the clerk treasurer on her report for a total of $533.
Second?
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded that we have a cancellation of warrants for outstanding checks. All those in favor?
Aye.
We have a motion to approve the Edward Jones match up to 3% for all participating full-time employees.
I'll move that we do that, that again this year we have Edward Jones match up 3% for all participating employees.
I'll second that.
It's been properly moved and seconded that we have the Edward Jones match up to 3% for all participating full-time employees. All those in favor?
Aye.
And do I have a motion for the perf rate of 11.2%?
I'll make a motion on the perf rate of 11.2% for 2024.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded for the perf rate of 11.2%. All those in favor?
Aye.
So that rate's set by PERF, correct?
That would be a question for
I think
Jay.
it's-
I honestly
I
don't.
believe it usually is,
Okay.
yeah, from what I remember.
Under miscellaneous business, we have the next regular council meeting on Monday, February 5th at 6:30. Town hall will be closed Monday, January 15th to observe Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Does everybody have a chance to look at the claims?
The zoning board is looking for another member. I've been trying to find someone. I don't know if it's a council appointment or a president appointment, but I foresee a zoning variance request coming here in the near future. So I would really like to get that person replaced. or
What's the
on board.
qualifications for that? I mean, inside of Hagerstown or
Within Hagerstown, yeah.
2 Mile Fringe or just Hagerstown?
Well, now, some of those,
One's appointed by the county, I think.
one's by the county, and then I think you gotta have some from the 2 Mile Fringe, and then you gotta have, isn't there somebody from the town council? Planning Commission.
Planning Commission, which we have
Plan
that.
Commission.
This was in, I think, with the 2 Mile Fringe.
So I think it'll have to be somebody from the 2 Mile Fringe, I believe.
Okay.
With that saying, do some of us sit on different committees? Does that have to be, is that a lifelong commitment, or as far as sitting on these?
I think what we've always done is just you roll with it until, I mean, we don't,
I think there's terms, like 2 years.
I
or
do
is it
too.
2 years, 4 year terms, yeah.
We haven't done that in the past, so, yeah.
So Becky, will you know this? Does the president of town council, does they have to sit on the advisory plan, or is it just 2 members?
Just 2 members.
2 members.
Yeah, that was you and me.
And are you still willing to sit on that?
Yeah.
Okay, oh, okay.
I know we used to get a packet out when I was on council that, of all the boards, all the members on the boards, all their contact information, their terms, when their term's up, and if they're appointed by the council, the county, or the town as a whole, town council. And it'd be great if we could get those again. Get those all updated, it's been some time,
Yes.
so.
I don't think I've ever seen one of those since I've been on council.
Yeah.
Any other comments, questions? Everybody had a chance to review the claims?
Move to approve.
As presented.
Second.
Stereo there.
It's been properly moved and seconded that we approve the claims as presented. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded that we adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.